Guys, this is going to be your new moon in Scorpio report. The new moon is today, as I film this, November 7th. It was at 6:02 a.m. this morning, Hawaii time, at 15 degrees. 15 equals 6. It's all about showing your love through service, social responsibility, and doing what you love, okay? This new moon's theme is about the dark side. Are you afraid of the dark? Obsessions, addictions, the way we block ourselves. Okay, Scorpio is the 8th house. The 8th house is about death, regeneration, your ability to deal with life, intimacy, sex, bonding, shared property, and resources. We're planting seeds within and in others, pushing for self-mastery, okay? Recognizing what we hide from others and even ourselves. Addiction. And the reason why I say addiction is because one of the assisting transits is, okay, so the sun and the moon are in Scorpio, and the thing is they're exactly in the middle. They're both at 15 degrees, okay? So there's no influence from the other signs. Right now we are exactly in the middle, exactly at 15 degrees, which is I want to say it's a rare thing, but it's not common that they're in the same exactly in the middle. I don't know why I keep harping on that, but I feel like that's really important that it's right there in the middle. So anyways, the sun and the moon are both in Scorpio, and it's trining Neptune and Pisces at 13 degrees. So the thing about that Neptune and Pisces, with it trining Neptune and Pisces, we're recognizing and admitting to our addictions, drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever it is that you're stuck on. This could be a way of thinking. This could be a situation. Anyways, it's about the toxic things that we just can't seem to get rid of, or we keep coming back to, okay? And how we escape, our ability to deal with it. Now, a lot of this, that's why I was saying drug use or alcohol use, because Neptune and Pisces can be the need to escape, escapism, and escapism is drugs, alcohol, whatever. I mean, whatever you use to tune everything out. It could be video games for all I know, you know, like with me, I like to play games. So that's how I tune out. That's how I escape, is I play video games. So, but I'm not addicted. However, I love playing them, but I'm not playing all the time. In fact, my obsession is reading, learning, and that's the Sag moon in me. I'm obsessed with learning. Drives me nuts when I can't read. Okay, so because of that trine, and the sun and the moon in Scorpio is also sextiling Pluto in Capricorn. Oh, excuse me, let me get back to Neptune and Pisces. It's at 13 degrees. So there is a measure of alchemy here, okay? We're manifesting stability by recognizing and admitting to our addictions, okay? Then we have the sun and moon in Scorpio sextiling Pluto in Capricorn, okay? Pluto is about death and rebirth, and it also rules Scorpio. So holy cow, it's pretty much its strongest. So there's death, rebirth, transformation, pretty much the same thing Scorpio stands for. So it basically doubles this energy, okay? And it's in Capricorn, the sign of integrity and honesty. Capricorn can also be the way that we sabotage ourselves. That is at 19 degrees, okay? Which basically 9, 10, which is 10. This is a completion of something. Honesty and integrity, transformation. You're being honest with yourself and realizing that you must transform, okay? 10 is comprised of 1 and 0, so this completion is heralding in new beginnings and trusting in the universe, okay? We're going 10, 0, and then to 1. New moon is about planting seeds, like I was saying. So whatever happens, whatever you are being honest with about, recognizing, being honest with, and admitting to, you're going to want to do something about it. And you're going to start planning some kind of strategy. Funny. Okay, so anyways, let's get on with the rest of the information. Okay, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and like I said, death and rebirth, transformation and power, obsession. Scorpio is ending negative and bringing on healing, clarity. You're intense and passionate. This is a very sexual energy, as Scorpio rules the sexual organs. It's also about obsessions and jealousy, vindictiveness. There's a huge measure of control. Scorpio likes to control, and when Scorpio is in its shadow side, it controls others and situations. To ascend, the Scorpio must learn to control themselves. Where are we? Oh, Scorpio is the dark side. They're not afraid of the dark side, and with the sexual component, it's about secret desires, your sexual dark side. It's also about secrets, all things hidden, psychology, therapy. It's also soulmates, the occult, psychic powers. It's death and taxes, your partner's money, legacies and wills, emotional truths, hidden talents, what you think about others' values. And you have a tycoonery energy. You can run an empire if you wanted to. Emperor, empress energy. You have a strong inner core of self-reliance, a magnetic flair for influence. You're imaginative, determined, ambitious. You're observant, idealistic. You're very, very clear, and you have good judgment. You can be shrewd, but accurate. Deep and intense emotions. Your memory is just phenomenal, okay? You're very creative and original and resourceful. You go from one extreme of emotion to the other, but never without a measure of control. You can be really good at hiding your feelings. You are the master at self-mastery. You have a lot of willpower. You're very spiritual. You're driven by your passions, okay? You work to benefit humanity because you understand the human condition, and work is very important to your self-expression. You have high standards and pride of craftsmanship, okay? And you have executive ability, because part of the reason is because you fear of being controlled. You don't want to be under anybody's thumb, okay? You're driven by your passions, but you deny that it is behind your motivation. It is your motivations behind what you do. You must learn to let go emotionally and feel the pain, okay? As this will expand your ability to love. You have to recognize it for what it is, accept it as the reality. I think I was telling you guys, basically we're being groomed by the universe to be like, oh shit, and then immediately say, oh well, okay? Let it go, because this is going to bring on self-mastery and healing. I want to say major healing, but I use the word major way too damn much, okay? This, like I was saying, this will enable your true potential for self-mastery and wisdom. You could have some kind of sorrow or troubles that concern family problems or health. And you find it really, really hard to trust and be vulnerable to others because it takes you a long time to commit. And there could be a level of paranoia there. You're a deeply sensitive person with a talent for healing. You have strong powers of suggestion. You're interested in questions about death and the afterlife, and quite possibly have psychic ability that you can use in a practical way. You're highly responsive sexually. Yay. Finances could be unsettled because of marriage or an inheritance. You can guide others in a spiritual way. Time to focus on intimacy and self-mastery skills. Start a financial plan. Excuse me. So the shadow side, obstinance, secrecy, jealousy, resentment, being domineering, a tendency to cut off feelings, kill the pain rather than continuing to suffer, dread of rejection, secret sorrow that concerns family problems or health, may suffer the early loss of a family member, female. There is a need for escape, fear of being controlled, holding grudges, being vindictive, controlling. There could be cheating. Someone could be a sexual deviant. There's this lusty, obsessive energy in the air. It could turn into stalking. There's possessiveness, rejection, treachery, spitefulness. You could be self-indulgent, temperamental. There could be a level of narcissism and lack of willpower. This could affect the male sex organs and your elimination system. Okay, let's begin. So Aries, this is going to be in your 6th house of service and health, responsibility and organization. You strive for harmony and good relationships with associates on the job. You don't like hard or gritty physical labor. Health is good though. You tend to overindulge in eating and drinking. You could meet a soulmate through a work situation also. Okay. Taurus, this is going to be in your 7th house of marriage and partnership, relationships and sharing. You look for harmony and fulfillment in both marriage and partnerships. You're affectionate, romantic, and popular with the opposite sex. At some point in your life, you're likely to gain prestige or financial benefit through a mate or a partner. You marry early and possibly more than once. You're a natural peacemaker. The shadow side is you could be resentful if the other person doesn't make the first move. Taurus, this is going to be in your 7th house. Oh, wait. Wow. Like I said, the brain farts, I just said that. Gemini, excuse me. This is going to be in your 8th house of death and regeneration, okay? Double dose, ability to deal with life, intimacy, sex, bonding, and shared property. You're intense about sexual involvement and you look for fulfillment in them. You're likely to inherit money from a loved one or a marriage partner, or to gain from career advancement of someone who loves you. Sexual relationships tend to be harmonious. Shadow side, laxness and reluctance in terms of handling responsibilities. You could be feeling a little lazy. Cancer, this is going to be in your 9th house of mental exploration, long distance traveler, philosophical beliefs, study, higher learning, ethics, and moods. You have a warmth and understanding for people from different backgrounds. You're open to new ideas and experiences. Chances are good that you're going to receive some kind of honor in life. You may possibly be married abroad or marry a foreigner. You have high ideals, but the shadow side is you long for the unattainable. Leo, this is going to be in your 10th house of career and public standing, personal status, goals, fame, success, achievement, public image. You have an ability to use charm and diplomacy to further your interests. You may be involved in artistic or cultural work or in creating beauty. You're likely to be popular with the public. Partnerships or marriage should enhance your career. Shadow side is you run the risk of scandal or disappointment through or because of women. Okay, so you got to watch that. Virgo, this is going to be in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, friends, social life, groups, society. You're sociable and fond of people and usually have a lot of friends. Okay. You will likely benefit from your associations in both a social and monetary way. You're drawn to marry a friend or someone you meet through a group association. You're tactful and diplomatic with people. Shadow side is you could confuse friendship with love. Libra, this is going to be in your 12th house of self-undoing, secrets, sorrows, secret dreams, endings, closure, and healing. Scorpio energy already. But it's Pisces. Pisces is a 12th house. You're emotional and sensitive and capable of giving true and selfless love. You are most content when leading a private and secluded life. There's a possibility of a secret love affair. You better watch that. You have artistic and creative urges. Shadow side is there could be danger from secret enemies, frenemies. Scorpio, this is going to be in your 1st house. You eat crisis for breakfast. You're affectionate, flirtatious, and usually good looking. You have charming social manners and like to have companionship. Your appearance is important to you, and you tend to spend money on yourself. You're sympathetic, artistic, and cheerful. You're intense about sexual involvement, and you look for fulfillment through those. Sexual relationships tend to be harmonious. You may withhold affection or be unable to attract true love and fulfill yourself with multiple lovers if you were denied expression when you were young, or if love was unrequited or lost. You must learn to trust yourself. Time for a makeover and perspective check, okay? Stay positive. The shadow side is you could be lazy, narcissistic, or a little too fond of pleasure and luxury. Sagittarius, this is going to be in your second house of material security, money and possessions, values, work, daily routines, and environment. You will have financial opportunities or gains through friends, and ventures with a business partner is lucrative, but beware of your spending habits. What are your goals? You like to spend money on clothes, jewels, personal adornment, and pleasures. If you are male or have male energy, you spend on females. You're generous, fair, and honest in financial dealings because you are the sign of justice, right? You have an ability to use beautiful things profitably. Shadow side is extravagance, the love of luxury and expensive possessions, and sometimes inadequate willpower. You better watch that. Capricorn, this is going to be in your third house of communications, intellectual ability, siblings, friends, neighbors, and community. You're very artistic. You have an innate sense of taste and design, and you win attention for your ideas in a way that people find charming. Your social life may involve taking a number of trips, short trips. Third house is Gemini, so that's all about the short trips, whereas Sagittarius is about long distance travel, overseas travel, foreign travel. Okay, where was I? Love may come about because of travel or correspondence, Capricorn. You're cheerful, creative, eloquent in speech and in writing. Shadow side is you could be mentally lazy, superficial, or swayed by emotion. Aquarius, this is going to be in your fourth house of home, early and later emotional security, family, and roots. Your home is your show place. You surround yourself with beautiful things. Your happy childhood memories are attached to your mother, and you want to promote harmony in domestic relationships. Shadow side is you could be spending too much on household possessions. Pisces, this is going to be in your fifth house of sex and creativity, enjoyment of life, resources, play, and self-expression. You like social life, and you like being in the spotlight. You attract romance and usually have many lovers. You take pleasure in creative work and are affectionate with children. You have the talent to succeed in the artistic and entertainment world. Shadow side is you could be self-indulgent and overly fond of applause. Yay. So like I was saying earlier about the assisting transits, we have the sun and moon in Scorpio at 15 degrees, which is attention and energy and clarity of emotions. Actually, I just talked about moon in Scorpio. So the sun in Scorpio is pretty much the same thing, but it's about focus and energy also, and creative nurturing of healing. Okay, and I talked about it earlier of how the sun and moon in Scorpio is sextiling Pluto and Capricorn at 19 degrees. Then we have that trine to Neptune and Pisces. So like I was saying, recognizing the dark side in us, admitting to it. Oh, there was one assisting transit that I didn't mention because it was a little bit more information than the others. Now, at the same time, the sun and the moon in Scorpio is squaring Black Moon Lilith in Aquarius at 20 degrees, okay? In Aquarius, Lilith is a sexual rebel, wanting a partner who's unique, okay? And Black Moon Lilith is all about being outspoken and freedom, okay? You're going to have to learn empathy as a karmic lesson. You're loved by many, and you can you can inspire revolution, okay? So That's with the sun, okay? So in aspect, the square to the moon, this aspect indicates an impaired ability to identify and express emotions. Our emotional nature is amplified, and our ability to cope with emotions, didn't I just say that? Can be impaired. This aspect creates a volatility that makes interpersonal relationships challenging. Primary fears can be experienced more vividly than others, okay? And sometimes this can lead to phobias, but we see the true state of things. We see what needs to be cleansed or tidied up, thrown out, repaired, rearranged, or reorganized. We also see what is missing. We see the holes in our lives. Although the transits of the sun force us to deal with ourselves, we always feel better afterward. We're stronger because we face our fears in some way, okay? So that's going to be your new moon in Scorpio report. Okay, I'm going to make a separate video for Uranus in Aries and Jupiter in Sagittarius. We're already going on 21 minutes, okay? So you guys, that's your new moon in Scorpio report. Love you guys. See you later.